tight. Hold my baby squid, keep them out of sight. Talking about my life, government, stay away. If you drive, I'ma do it my own way. Squid in the ocean, swimming all alone. Ain't nobody telling me where to go. Living free, gotta stay true to myself. No need for interference from anyone else. Squid pro quo, that's the way to be. Living on my terms, setting myself free. Mama to my baby, protecting with my no government intrusion. I control my life.
Hey everybody, it is Squid. Welcome back to the channel this afternoon. How is everybody doing today? Oh my goodness, it is a great day. I am kind of feeling lazy today, but it's a great day. All you gotta do, baby girl, is bring that phone a little farther away from you. There you go. Do you want to come up on my lap? You want to hang out with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to say hi to your people?
Hi.
Oh my goodness. I hope everybody's having a great day this afternoon. Hey, Jess.
Toast.
You want toast? You already had. Oh my goodness. Good afternoon, firefighter. How are you? Okay, bye.
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 I guess she didn't want to hang out with me after all. Kathy, how are you? Texas alien, good to see you. Yellowbird, hey. How are you? And I don't know about y'all, but for some reason, y'all look normal in my chat. I don't know what is up with some people's chats where it's your at. But my channel has looked normal for the entire time that this issue has been going on. And while we wait for everybody to file in, hold on, baby. I am going to go get her what she needs. You want some ice? You want ice? Oh, somebody needs a nap. This is what happens when we don't take a nap. Hey, baby squid, love your smile. Oh, none. I guess she's good again. Just like that. And thank you. I feel so much better. I'm still coughing occasionally, but overall, I sound like a human again and not so, First stream this morning, trigger warning. It involves a unaliving of a child, but it is situations that need to be talked about, and it is Florida man. It is out of Volusia County, Florida. So there's that. It's a short stream. We watched the Volusia County Sheriff, who I absolutely adore. He's adorable. Kick some serious butt. Naps are not real. Did you just rename yourself Slug and not tell anybody? All right. We are going to get into this. We are just going to go over the documents that were uploaded over the weekend from the What the Hales. Because as we all know, there is way too much extra drama that there's over the top stuff. I could care less. I care about the documents, what the judge sees, decisions that the judge may or may not make, and how this impacts all subscribers or like all YouTubers and streamers and all of that stuff. And if the world will start taking online issues and online harassment, cyberbullying, and issues seriously. Because as of now, they're not. And yes, states have put in statutes for cyberbullying, online stuff, and all of that. But putting in a statute and actually having the statutes and the police, sheriff's departments, court systems actually follow that are two different things. Because you can always have a law that's not enforced. I mean, we see that every day in this country these days. The normal chat is the only reason you're chatting. I've been silent for 2 days. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. My chats have seemed to be normal But I've been in other people's and they haven't been. I don't know why. And I'm not going to ask questions that I really don't want the answer to again. You hurt my heart. He says that. He says sleep is not real. Birds are not real. Everything's not real. So he tells her all the time naps are not real. And hey, Karen. So we are going to get right into this. There is nothing new in Federal 1. Okay, there's the balloons again. I don't know what I did. I can't recreate it, but it happens occasionally. Oh my God, I did it this morning too, and I can't figure out what I did. I don't know. It's always when I'm not looking and I'm just moving my hands that all of a sudden I make stuff happen. Like that. Hi, sweet baby. Well, we're going to get into that document first. Okay. I'm not real. I'm a chatbot having a stroke. Them balloons are messing with me. I did it this morning too, and I don't know how I did it because I can't recreate it. This time I was like this, and I don't know what I did. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, 3 awesome dogs. Wait, 70 here, only 17 likes. What the? It's free. What the Hales? And hey, guys, how are you all? We are good. Blow a kiss? I don't know. So nobody like screenshot this or anything. I don't know. That doesn't work either, but this does. This is the only one that I'm actually like good at. I don't know. Oh, all right. Oh no. I hear my little one in the kitchen trying to get something. And I have a feeling she's not going to make it. There are 2 documents 81 and 82 in the Federal 2 case. There's no documents as of right before this stream in it's the peace sign to get, but I don't know. Oh yeah, sweet. Look at that. Thanks, Chris. All right. Before we get started, I am going to play my trigger or my warning to the chat every time we do a video like this, and I'm going to see what my little one wants. I will be back in a hot minute.
The creator does not give medical, legal, or financial advice. You may hear opinions on this channel from the creator and guests that you may not agree with, and that is okay. Everyone is welcome to their own thoughts, views, and opinions, and this is a place for open debate and agreeing to disagree. Thank you. Do not contact anyone discussed in this stream. If you do, you will be blocked from this channel, and then continuously shamed by the creator and the chat for being stupid.
How do you like that? Them apples. Continuously shamed for being stupid. This case is surrounded by some weird folks, and it's exhausting to follow. Should have been settled by now. Yeah. And hey, Alita, happy 2 months of membership and happy birthday. 51, and I get to see you. Well, I wish I had more for you than just my ugly mug for your birthday, but here we are. All right, first things first, we are going to get to the super quick one. Document 81. And this is the one where I'm very interested to see what the judge is going to do. Because if I were the judge, he talks a big game. And this is my criticism of the judge. My criticism of the judge is that he complains about people holding up the process and putting too many documents and blah-de-blah this and blah-de-blah that, and should be a simple case, and it's taking up all this time, whatever. However, people are purposely purposely holding things up, and he's not doing shit about it. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do with this. This is document 81. It was filed on Saturday, either Friday night or Saturday. Friday night, so after I streamed. Plaintiff's motion for entry of default. Plaintiff Elephant Shoe LLC and Ohio LLC, doing business as What the Hales. By and through undersigned counsel pursuant to Rule 55 of Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, hereby respectfully move this court to enter a default judgment against defendant Lynette Michelle Lacey Alexis Preston, hereafter Preston, for failure to comply with this court's order to respond to plaintiff's second amended complaint. In support of this motion, plaintiff states, on June 17th of 2025, this court issued an order which states defendant Preston must respond to plaintiff's second amended complaint within 7 days of it being refiled by plaintiffs, emphasis supplied by the court. That was document 74. On June 18th, plaintiffs refiled their second amended complaint against defendant Preston. Pursuant to Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 15A3, Preston was required to respond to the second amended complaint within the time specified by the court's order. The deadline for Preston to respond to the second amended complaint has passed. So the 18th would be the 25th. It's the 30th. So he even gave them, this was filed on the 27th. He gave her 2 extra days. Like, ugh. I disagree with everything and I'm going to contact everyone. Shame me, shame me. Oh my goodness. Do the balloons for her birthday? Yes, ma'am. Now that I figured out how to do it. Here, we'll hide this. There we go. Happy birthday. Let's try it again. Oh, Jeffrey will be so proud of me. I figured out how to do it. Now I can't do it 2 times in a row. Well, it worked once. There we go. I'm learning things. I'm a boomer. What can I say? And hey, Uncle Buck. Oh, and hey, Liz. All right. So we gave her 2 extra days before he filed this as like a courtesy, maybe because they're not using. Randy gave extra time, which they can't say, well, you filed it right on the day. You didn't give me any extra time. I gave you 2 extra days. And because you don't have jobs, that should be a full 48 hours. All right. The deadline for Preston to respond has passed. To date, Preston has failed to file an answer or otherwise respond to plaintiff's second amended complaint, despite this court's explicit order requiring such a response. And DJ Radis, thank you for the Australian that doesn't exist, $2. Help you? Dear anti-Hales, love Radis. Oh, I'm sure they'll love that. And to all my haters, please hit that like button or dislike button. At this point, oh, you dropped it on your toe. Come here, baby. Come here, beautiful. Come here. Come here, come here, come here. We dropped our water cup on our toe. Can you see it? Mwah. Do I need to kiss it and make it better? Yeah, your water. Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, poor baby. I know. Yeah. I know. Oh. Oh my goodness. Do you want to read? Yeah. Okay, should we read? Yeah. Okay, let's read. Hey Jeffrey, you'll be proud of me. I figured out how to do it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna mute. We dropped our water on our foot. And you want ice?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Do you want Mommy's water? It's right there. Okay. All right. We're going to read Raisin Toast and Cream Cheese. Back to bed you go.
Ice.
Got past the want ice?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go get her an ice pack for her toes. Mommy will be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to stay here and entertain your people?
I do.
Okay. Let's see. If you were 40-ish and a boomer, what the heck am I?
Ice.
Okay. Say we're going to go get some ice and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you for your patience. Hard to believe July 1st tomorrow and a year older next week. Well, happy early birthday. I also, July is Baby Squid's birthday month, so I know y'all love her, and she's the only reason that half of y'all are here. And I did put in the description of the video is her Amazon birthday list. It's the list I'm giving out to family, so it's for everybody. It's a list I've had for her. It's for family. But if y'all want to order something off of there too, feel free. If not, don't. Just thought I'd give you all the options since y'all are always asking me about her. All right. And this is my my lunch since I ate too big of a breakfast this morning. All right. Footnote 1, the court noted in the order that defendant Preston's response to the amended complaint was previously due on June 18th. Defendant Lee's response to the amended complaint was previously due June 24th. Preston's failure to plead or otherwise defend against the second amended complaint as ordered by this court warrants the entry of a default pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 55A2. Wouldn't that be nice if this was granted and it could just, and not that he's ever going to see any money from her, but it's the judgment, it would be entered, and it would be one less person to worry about in this case. You're so lucky, Moody. Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that. I think, yeah, I'm not really sure what she is. I don't know the dates. And hey, Joseph, I started PT at the VA. Oh, good luck with that. Never be afraid to fire your therapist if you feel like you're not getting the treatment or you ask questions and they don't answer them to your satisfaction.
Mama.
She goes, Mommy. Additionally, the court has authority to impose sanctions for failure to comply with court orders pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 37. The court has also inherent authority to enforce compliance with its orders through FRCP 16F, which authorizes sanctions when a party fails to obey a pretrial order. Plaintiffs have been prejudiced by Preston's failure to comply with this court's order and respond to the second amended complaint, as this failure has caused plaintiffs to incur additional costs. You think? I like how he wrote this because it's very matter of fact, but it's kind of like if he wanted to be snarky in this, he easily could have. Oh, my damn dog unplugged my internet. This is federal too. All these documents are in federal too. There has been no documents in federal 1 up to this point, except what I talked about last week. Over the weekend, there has been no new documents in Federal 1. The 2 documents we are going to talk about today are both in Federal 2. This one and the response to Fleasa. And whoever started calling her that is amazing. Because, I mean, I like to call her a thunder cow because, honestly, that's what she is. She's a Cuntosaurus Rex. However, Fleasa just rolls off the tongue. Wherefore, plaintiffs respectfully request that this court enter a default against defendant Preston pursuant to FRCP 55A, award plaintiff reasonable attorney's fees and costs incurred in connection with this motion. Yes, because if she would have filed a response to the amended complaint, they would have never had to file this. And grant such further relief as this court deems just and proper. Dated June 27th. Well, that's good. It's always nice to get someone who knows you. Hey, Musi, how are you doing? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. I'd like to think too, but he hasn't learned his lesson in the Federal 1 case. Misheard the case. It's fine. I understand. They get confusing too. I would ultimately like to do separate streams on them to keep them straight. However, my brain has to combine it all into one. Otherwise, I will get sick of it and just say, F it all. I don't want to talk about it. So that was the first document. And I'm closing that to get it out of here. And we still are working on coming up with more research on the cyberbullying. And I also have a friend who I am kind of talking to about, they're a very busy person, about coming on, and they're a streamer, coming on to the channel to talk about what it's like from their perspective, because they kind of have the same mentality that I do, but they've been doing this a much longer time than me, about not caring about what people say. However, realizing that streamers are real people and that not everybody is as big of a dick as me, and just doesn't care. When I get a hater, it's like thanks. The haters are okay. As much as sometimes it's uncomfortable to look at for like the first 5 seconds. The haters are the people who actually help your channel the most, because they post about you the most, as long as they don't cross a certain line. When they cross a certain line, I will not hesitate to defend myself, my house, my family, and go to the cops like I did before. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I went to the cops. And that's how I know that cops take it seriously, but don't take it seriously. They still write all the shit down, but they have that like side eye look at you like it's just YouTube. Well, there's been a YouTuber who recently self-deleted because of harassment online. There was a YouTuber who unalived another YouTuber because of some drama. Like, we don't play. Like, I will not hesitate to go file a police report for over something that a lot of people might deem stupid if I feel the need to protect my family. So we will be talking about, I want to hear from their perspective how they got to where they were in that mentality, and if their mentality has always been that way. Because it took me a long time to give 2 shits about internet drama. If I was 15 years younger, I probably would be a little bit more sensitive to the haters. But right now, the haters are the people that give me the most ad revenue, because they give you the most watch hours. Say, Tammy, I'm just going to pick you out because you're the first comment I see. Tam, you were the first person I see. You need to send Lord Chippy to Florida for Scott Gardner. If you know Mo in the Deep End and you follow Mo in the Deep End, you know Lord Chippy. And if you watched my first stream, you know who Scott Gardner is. That's who needs Lord Chippy. But Tammy, you watch my stuff, you comment when you're on Replay Crew, but when you're done, you go about your day. You don't obsess over my streams. People who hate me, watch it. People who hate me, give me the most watch hours because they are watching everything I do, waiting for me to say something that they can use against me, which gives me the most ad revenue. So it's kind of a rite of passage to have haters on the internet because not everybody is going to like you. Oh, and Amos girl, happy birthday. Happy birthday. And Mary, thank you for celebrating 1 month of membership. Yeah, this is where the problem goes. And I was talking to this person behind the scenes because they've done a lot of stuff on their channel not about this, but about this in a roundabout kind of a way. Because I sometimes tell it like it is a little too much, and when people bring drama into my life, I say bye, bye, and bye, and but yeah, so, but it took me a long time to get to be where I am, like not caring, and I do know that it affects everybody different. Like Michaela, Michaela, she was 31. She had an animal rescue in Minnesota. She self-deleted because of haters online. So it's getting life and getting the real world to take online issues seriously. Hey, Diane. And hey, SMN. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. That right there. That's how I am. If I don't like somebody, I don't watch them. But it's the people who... Where is the line of just having an online someone who hates you? And the thing is I never try to make people like me, because if someone's going to hate you, you're never going to get through to that person. Like, you're never going to... Like, think about a bully in school. When you explain to a bully in school, you try to be nice to a bully in school. Like, if someone hates you, they hate you. Especially with the internet, and it's so easy for someone to say F you. Like... Oh, Ninja Puppy, thank you for the $4.99. Baby Squid and Nanner Fun. Right now it's Baby Squid birthday fun. So it's kind of one of those things of, that's why this case is interesting to me. Be careful the words you're being used in the chat because you're being censored. Well, it's just one of those issues too of like, where is the line of real world and online? And haters are a thing. You're gonna have haters. I have people call me fat. Yeah, every time I talk, she just wants to be louder. All right, so we are gonna get into this second. No. Second document. The second document, the first one was important as far as what the judge will do. The second one is, I just want to see how this is written, because I just want to see how this is written, because this is a response to... You want a bowl?
Okay.
Okay, go get a bowl.
Okay.
You know where they are. Go get a bowl out of your cabinet.
Yeah.
I have like 30-ish pounds to lose. Like, I'm not as bad as I could be, but yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is I laugh because I've literally had to stand... My Master Chief. Our maintenance master chief had a set of footprints right where baby squid is standing.
Yeah.
And when you effed up,
Yeah.
you got to stand there while he gave you a new asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, do you need my help?
Yeah.
What do you need my help with? Okay. So, it's, you know. And hi, Heather. Hi, Chucky. Hi, anybody who I missed. So, Palmer's. All right. This is the one where I want to see what they've written because I want to see what's written because this was the one where she was talking about complaints and she was trying to defend charges that she wasn't even listed in. So we will see how the response to this goes. All right. Plaintiff's response in opposition to Defendant Lee's motion to dismiss. Plaintiff Jeremy Bryan Hale's response in opposition to Defendant Lisa Lee's motion to dismiss second amended complaint. You mean the fleas icon are fake? I'm gonna make a guess then they are missing teeth too. I mean, yeah. Nice baby. Yeah, my chat has always been normal. I don't know what is going on. I haven't seen anything. YouTube has not, like, sometimes YouTube puts in their studio, like, this is a known issue so that people will stop, creators will stop complaining about it or sending emails. They'll say, yeah, we know this is happening. I don't know what is happening where some people are normal and some people aren't. I don't. Good luck, Tammy. If you are not on the Discord, you should be because I have a move your mass section in there that I'm going to start posting more of my workouts and more workout videos to get back into doing things. I used to do workout streams, but you know, and the thing is mine has always worked fine. But I don't know why. I don't know what I don't know what like happened where mine stayed fine. Because I didn't realize there was an issue until people started talking about it, and then I went into others' chats and I was like, wait, like, all right. Lee's motion is predicated on mischaracterizations of the complaint. There we go. Mischaracterizations of the complaint and misapplications of legal standards. Contrary to Lee's assertions, the complaint does not include any counts for defamation. There we go. Rendering arguments related to defamation inapplicable. That was what I wanted to see how they would respond to. And if that's all they're going to, yeah, I will. Can any of my mods who are in my Discord post a link for the Discord? And I'd be honest, my Discord is really boring. I put documents when I do have documents to put in there. And I haven't paid attention to a lot of cases where I've actually put documents in there. And it don't do it. It's more of just a chat lately. I haven't really put anything in there, and it's pretty boring. But the good thing is it's a boring Discord. I'd rather have a boring Discord than a drama-filled Discord. So, all right. Lee argues that the complaint fails to state a claim for defamation, among other claims. Lee asserts that the complaint lacks standing under Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act and fails to state a claim under the Lanham Act. Lee contends that the complaint does not sufficiently allege tortious interference with business relationships or civil conspiracy. Lee argues that the complaint contains conclusory allegations and lacks factual specificity. Lee claims the plaintiff failed to comply with Florida's pre-suit notice requirements for defamation claims under Florida Statute 770.01. Lee asserts that the statements attributed to her are non-actionable opinions or rhetorical hyperbole. I'm pretty sure she doesn't know what rhetorical hyperbole is. Huh. Jeffrey Montgomery, it's Squipper, congrats on being able to make balloons. Now you need fireworks for Friday. Hint, 2 thumbs up. Okay. Knock it off, Flair 24. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Fleasa dismissed a non-claim as a hoot. Yeah, when I was reading it, people were saying it in the chat, and I'm like, we went back and looked at the thing because I get, there's so many documents that were like, okay, let me see, let me see what's going on here. Yeah, we looked at it. I say but we looked at it together as a chat, and there's no claim for defamation in there. Oh, SMN. I know I'm not a mod, but if you'd hit the like button, if you would, please, for Squid. Oh. You're welcome, kids. All right. Yes, please hit the like button. We are up to 117 likes. And I've made a whole $8.31. So if anybody calls me a grifter, they're full of it. Because if I was a grifter, I would have made at least like $300 by now. Ugh. Hey, Fleasa, should Ray be Ray or John Doe Ray? Yeah, and that's the sad part, too. The first one we covered, he has to pay for too, and that's the worst part. Like, at least this one is a response to a motion that was actually needed. Like, be it what she put in the motion, she didn't need to put everything she put in there. And this is longer than it probably has to be. However, this is a motion that needed to be filed. The motion that we read first, the default judgment against Preston, that was a motion that if she would have responded, he would have never had to file. And Dan Davis, thank you for the $2 super chat grifting money. What? You need to be like Tug and Megan asking for breadsticks. I am so bad at that. I'm so bad at the grifting stuff. It's not my, that's why I turn on ads in my streams. It's because I am so bad at the grifty stuff. That's why when they call me grifters, I kind of buy in. A grifter, I kind of buy into it and laugh because I'm like, y'all are crazy because I'm so bad at that. Complaint sufficiently pleads claims under the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act, the Lanham Act, tortious interference with business relationships, and civil conspiracy. Under the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 8.2, a complaint must contain a short and plain statement of the claim showing that the pleader is entitled to relief. Detailed factual allegations are not required, but the rule does call for sufficient factual matters accepted as true to state a claim to relief that is plausible on its face. Bell, Atlantic v. Twombly. Everybody, what's in your belly? What's in your belly? Ninja Puppy, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Okay, grifter. Did you just fall on your butt? You just fell on your butt, didn't you? You just fell on an ice cube. Okay. I would, one of these days, would like to have a rainbow night, as someone I know calls it. Like, having one super chat of each color. Baby girl, what's in your belly? No, there's... y'all hearing this? Okay, come here. Oh my goodness. As of what's on the docket, she has not. That's good. We know you're not you aren't grifting. That's why you end up with no money. That is true. That is true. I make less than minimum wage. She might be using Bruce to write the motions, but Bruce is technically not her lawyer of record. Technically, as of now, no one has put in a motion for appearance. So we shall see. A claim has facial plausibility when pleaded factual content allows the court to draw a reasonable inference that the defendant is liable for the misconduct alleged. Determining whether a complaint states a plausible claim is context-specific, requiring the reviewing court to draw on its experience and common sense. Oh, that common sense.
Mom.
Squid on Just J Hip, we understandably ask for bail money. Yeah, understandably. Key word right there, Kevin. Key word. I get ad revenue. So per I get, depending on how many people are watching the stream, I get ad revenue. Like I think my last video I got like $4 per 1,000 watches or something like that. It is not much. But emphasis on understandably. Because never know. Don't tell him I said this, but Just Jay might need bail money one of these days.
Thank you. Please.
All right. Remind me to write a few more lullabies. You want a lullaby?
Yeah.
Yeah. I live on $900 a month. And you pay for, good Lord, how much are you paying per month in cost to keep your generator running? Because it's hot as outside. Kevin, you need a stream where you teach her the words pecuniary advantage. Every $25, another 10 minutes of trying. Like, can you say pecuniary advantage?
Yeah.
Can you say it? Well, we got the right letter. I'm on, Tammy, I'm on 90% service connected VA disability. You can look up how much that is if you really wanna, like. Lee's motion should be denied in its entirety. Memorandum. How do you do it?
Yeah.
How do you do it? I don't know how life is plausible at this point. Wait, baby squid needs a birthday puppy. I don't know what Daddy would say about that. Do you need a puppy?
Puppy.
Can you not almost unplug my mic, please?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay.
The complaint, ma'am.
Okay.
The complaint does not include any counts for defamation. Lead to vote.
Okay.
Do y'all tune in for these documents, or you just tune in to see her argue with me when I'm trying to read? Yeah, I got that notification too. I'm gonna try to get through this. You want to get down? Okay, you go sit right there. Here, babe. Thank you, babe. All right. Lead to vote significant attention. Keep arguing that the complaint fails to state a claim for defamation and that plaintiffs failed to comply with Florida's pre-suit notice under Florida Statute 770.01. However, girl. You were silly. Did you eat all your snack? Okay. Do you want more? Go bring your bowl. Go get your bowl. However, the complaint does not assert any claims for defamation. Lee's argument on this issue are therefore irrelevant and should be disregarded. Oh, thank you. She has a cabinet in the kitchen where we keep all her plates, all her bowls, and all her silverware. So she is able to go get her own stuff. When it's time for dinner, when she's hungry, she will go get her own plate and her own snack and bring me both. And I just have to plate it up for her. So, still at 40% for the docs and 60% for the shenanigans. More grapes. We're working with these today. Whipped melts. All right. Complaint states a claim under, if you watched the expert stream yesterday, he called it FDUTPA. I I have to say Unfair Trade Practices Act because that, yeah. To state it, like unfair trade practices claim, Dolphin, it's perfect for the expert, must allege a deceptive act or unfair trade practice, causation, and actual damages. Hale v. Hoover, Northern District of Florida, 2012. A deceptive act involves a representation, omission, or practice that is likely to mislead a consumer acting reasonably under the circumstances to the consumer's detriment. An unfair practice, on the other hand, is one that offends established public policy and is immoral, unethical, oppressive, unscrupulous, or substantially injurious to consumers. I love how this is written. I love the language in here. Lee argues that plaintiffs lack standing under the Unfair Trade Practices Act because they are not aggrieved consumers. This argument misinterprets the statute. That statute allows claims by entities harmed by unfair or deceptive practices in trade or commerce, even if they are not direct consumers. CFS Howard or Broward Hospital District v. ELAP Services, LLC, Southern District of Florida, 2020. In construing in state statute, Florida district courts have held that an entity does not have to be a consumer in order to have standing to bring a claim. Caribbean Cruise Line, Inc. v. Better Business Bureau of Palm Beach City or County, Incorporated, Florida 4th District Court of Appeals, 2015. See also Bailey v. St. Louis, Florida 2nd District Court of Appeals, 2016. Because the district has alleged that defendants' unfair and deceptive practices were likely to cause consumer harm, its unfair trade practices claim can proceed. See Cemex Construction Materials, LLC v. Armstrong World Industries, Southern District of Florida, 2018. And Seawelt, yeah. Another case in the Southern District of Florida, May 27th of 2020, allowing non-consumer standing because Florida state courts have ruled uniformly that non-consumers can bring up actions. Moreover, when competitor businesses, rather than consumers, press a claim, lost profits, lost revenue, reputation harm, and other damages commonly observed in business tort claims constitute actual damages. Tresco Wellnesses v. Tampa Bay Spine and Sports Medicine. Ooh, that would have been Middle District of Florida, April 4th, 2024. Hi. Hey, Cynthia, I watch for 2 reasons. Interesting content and to watch patients while being a good parent. I try. I am not going to lie. There are times when I have to go, I have to tell Mr. Squid, I need to, you have to handle this situation. I have to step out. But most of the time she doesn't know what she's doing and she's learning to be a human. So, and Cynthia Miller, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Shiba Dog squeezing a big red heart. Thank you for the super sticker. It doesn't come up in Streamlabs, but I have the chat open. We need 3 awesome dogs. We need to start a grift fund for her baby squid's puppy fund. That one you'll have to talk to Mr. Squid about. I have no problem getting a dog, but ma'am. But I do in the her birthday is next month, and I do have a Amazon list that it's been an established list ever since she was born for family and that lives out of town. But I just made it a list for everybody. So she does have an Amazon list, and it is in the description of the video. So I changed the name to her third birthday list. So she will be 3. Boy. Yeah, puppy only one baby squid can care for it. So, yeah. Hey, John. All right, getting back to this. Between the more relaxed pleading standards for this case, combined with over 150 paragraphs of factual allegations in the complaint, including, without limitation, paragraphs 1 through 6, 18 through 54, and 165 through 172, which address Lee's specific acts, plaintiff's complaint alleges that Lee, as plaintiff's competitor, engaged in deceptive practices, including soliciting donations under false pretenses from consumers which caused harm to consumers, and 2, making false statements about plaintiff's business which caused harm to plaintiff's reputation and business relationships. I have a question about this for the chat, just in general. So, and this is nothing against Jeremy at all. This is nothing against Jeremy, and nothing against, to be honest, nothing against Lee either. Surprisingly enough, this phrase right here, soliciting donations under false pretenses which caused harm to consumers, making false statements about plaintiff's business which caused harm to plaintiff's reputation and business. So if another streamer, so if I lived in Florida, and another streamer, say I could prove that after another streamer made comments about me and caused harm to my business, which is my channel, and I lost money, and I can prove it, could I sue them? If I lived in Florida, because that's kind of what this says. Making false statements about plaintiff's business, which caused harm to plaintiff's reputation and business relationships. People have made statements about me on the internet, other streamers, possibly Lisa, but I know a few, especially people who have said I've threatened them, or people who comment going, send me information if you see that she threatened me, which I didn't, for sure. I'm not saying that I will, because that takes more money than it's worth, you know? It's just, if this works for Jeremy, and this, like I said, this is nothing against Jeremy, it's just one of those, like, it's interesting because I've lost money after people have made comments about my reputation and the fact that I said things that I didn't. I'm just, it's just, they would need to meet the threshold statements of fact. Hold on. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay. I love you. It's okay. It's okay. She kicked my, I have my Stanley cup right there, and she kicked it. Elle told her chat to run auction prices up and not buy. Yeah, and I remember that. You know, no, it's not worth it, and I would never, because I got it's too much time. Like, I feel like people who sue when, like, Jeremy's different because this is his whole life. Like, I have multiple streams of income, but YouTube is kind of his life. So him doing it, and he makes a lot more money than I do, it wouldn't be worth it for me. It was just a thought that popped into my head because people saying that I threatened them and all that. I'm looking at you, stupid Dave. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, and I totally, like, I get it. Like, it's just one of those, like, it's just one of those questions because, you know, when you have people going on their streams and saying that I threatened them, and you have people unsubscribing from me thinking that that is actually true, which affects my reputation and at the end of the day, my income, that question or that statement just made me go, I would never do it because it's a waste of time, but it was just, yeah. Yeah, to sue somebody who has nothing gets you nothing but a legal bill. Ninja Puppy, you are so right. It was just one of those, like, things that make you go, and just, yeah. Exactly where they made false comments about him and Olay that ruined that deal. It's just one of those things of, like, that's what this statement right here, and I'm not talking about just me. I'm just saying that person personally did that shit to me. I would never sue because of it. However, this is why you must be careful what you say on the internet about other streamers, about other businesses, because of shit like this. That is why, even though I don't like people, you will never hear me telling people to go unsubscribe from them. You will never hear me. The only people who I call names, like Fleasa, are people who called me names. She called me a stupid bitch. Very unoriginal and kind of dumb. That's the stupidest thing you can call me, is a stupid bitch, because, like, I've been called a stupid bitch by, like, an 8th grader. Like, come up with something more creative. However, like, be careful what you say about people, because if this goes through and that claim itself goes through, this is why you have to be careful what you say on the internet. Because making false statements about plaintiff, which caused harm to plaintiff's reputation and business relationships. This is why you have to be careful what you say about people on the internet, especially people who run businesses on the internet, like YouTube creators, because at the end of the day, I'm my own business owner. I'm a YouTube creator. I don't really, referring to myself, that is weird, but is that statement right there is why you have to be careful. And this is not limited to me or this. This is just in general. Like, this is just in general. And hate. The internet is permanent, yes. Even if you you private a video, there's people who already watched it live. There's people who already saw it. There's people who generally screenshot it, screen record it. It's the internet is forever. All right, the allegations are sufficient to state a claim under the Unfair Trade Practices Act. To state a claim for false advertising under the Federal Lanham Act, 15 U.S. Code 1125A, the party must allege... Hey, knock it off, Blair. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I bet JH gets pretty much the same for reselling. Yeah. I mean, but does he resells a lot, but does he get a lot of his resale business from his YouTube channel and his YouTube viewers? Or is it like chicken and the egg? Which one came first? I haven't watched him long enough to know. Can we not play that before mommy gets super?
No!
Here, if you want to play music, you got to go over there. If you play music, you got to go over there. Ooh. Ooh.
No!
Yeah, but there's the thing. There's also, like, a term of endearment, and them knowing that you're saying something in jest, and they're saying, and someone saying, this person did this to me, you should not follow them. Like that. And that's why it's like, I may like or not like people on the internet, but there's a very rare chance that you will ever know truly who I like or I don't like. I just keep that shit to myself, because it's none of y'all's business. It's between me and those specific persons or person. But you'll never hear me talk negatively about them because of that statement up there. Plus, whatever y'all do and whoever you watch in the 22 hours a day that I'm not streaming ain't none of my damn business. There's two things that are free in life: the ability to mind your business and stay in your own damn lane. And for the most part, I try to do both. To state a claim for false advertising, the party must allege the advertisements of the opposing party are false or misleading as to the party's own product of another's, The advertisements actually deceived customers or had the tendency to deceive a substantial portion of the targeted audience. This deception is material, meaning it's likely you are not uploading you are not uploading a short. There you go. Oh, you want down? Yeah. Okay, do you want your water? Yeah. Okay, do you want your own microphone? You want your own mic? Pad. Want your pad? Yeah. Are you gonna? Okay. Here, boo. Kiss. Love you. Thank you. He used to do live auctions on YouTube and eBay. Now YouTube is more of an advertising for his whatnot auctions. It's evolved over the years. Yeah. And minding your own business is tax-free. You are so right. Just don't give them any ideas. The only thing I stock is an ear of corn. All right. The advertisements actually deceived customers or had the tendency to deceive a substantial portion of the targeted audience. The deception is material, meaning it's likely to influence purchasing decisions. That one right there. The defendant's advertised products traveled in interstate commerce. And guess what? This interstate commerce is interesting because say I live in Georgia and some of y'all live in, say somebody lives in like Idaho. You buy something from my my merch store and there's interstate commerce right there. Interstate commerce is really not hard to do in the internet age. So we think of like, well, I didn't go out of state and buy anything, but you bought something on the internet from a company that's licensed out of state. Yeah. Hey, Taika, and I'm really hoping, Tika, I'm hoping I say that right, and correct me if I'm wrong. You don't get sued if you mind your business. Yeah, and that's one of the only other reasons, or the other reasons that I don't talk about. I talk about documents and people's documents, how they write, what they write, and their actions based on the documents. I don't talk about people personally because guess who in all of the crap that's going on, guess who hasn't been sued? I mean, there's always time, but you know. Hey, General. Like, Taika. Okay. There could be two ways of pronouncing that, and I don't like to, unless I'm purposely trying to be, you know, like some of these defendants and these like 764 and Order of the Nine Angels cases. I purposely mispronounce their names because I really don't give a crap. But normally, Taika, normally I don't, I try not to be, you know, mispronouncing people's names just for the hell of it. Yes, donations are interstate transactions too. Like, don't you feel left out? No. No, like I said, I'm not part of the cool kids club. I've said that for forever because I just do my own thing. And guess what? I'm okay. There are certain things I'm okay with, and that is one of them. It's okay. Timothy is my baby girl. Well, hello. It's a family affair. It's happened all your life. Tips are soon to be tax-free. Yeah, I know. I need to get a job, a better job. I can claim military privilege from lawsuits. I can't. All right. Let's get back to this. And Plaintiff has been or is likely to be injured as a result of the false or misleading advertisements by casually related declining sales or loss of goodwill. Third party, and hey, Tammy. Well, thank you. I'm just not part of the clicky bunch because I do my own thing. Nobody invites me on their streams. I don't invite anybody on my streams except for someone that I stream with on a regular basis. So, you know, JH will take them all down. Third-party verification be Signature Link, Middle District of Florida, 2007. Lee contends that the complaint fails to allege false advertising under the Lanham Act because the statements attributed to Lee do not constitute commercial advertising or promotion. This argument is unavailing. Under the U.S. federal law, Lanham Act defines commercial advertising or promotion as representations made in connection with goods or services that misrepresent their nature, characteristics, qualities, or geographic origin. While the Act itself does not define advertising or promotion, the 11th Circuit requires that the representation must meet the criteria of being commercial speech made by a competitor, intended to influence consumers, and sufficiently disseminated to the relevant purchasing public. I don't know, like a YouTube audience. Yeah. And I do. Like, Dan, let's be real here. And I have a filter. Like, just get better at the grifting for the tips. Yeah. Malin, I'm sorry, Squid. In 5 minutes, I'm off. Spawn is on with my pretty for you. Thank you for today and see you around. I'll be over there when I'm done here. All right. Emphasize that the representations need not be part of a traditional advertising campaign, but may include informal types of promotion, provided they are sufficiently disseminated. Like a YouTube channel, non-traditional. Edward Lewis Tobinick, MD, v. Novella, 11th Circuit, 2017. To be actionable under the Lanham Act, the speech at issue must be commercial in nature. Futuristic Fences v. Illusion Fence Corp., Southern District of Florida, 2008. Commercial speech encompasses not merely direct invitations to trade, but also communications designed to advance business interest. Kleiner v. First National Bank, 11th Circuit, 1985. That's a throwback 40-year-old case. In order for representations to constitute commercial advertising or promotion under Section 43A1B, they must be commercial speech by a defendant who is in a commercial competition with plaintiff. All YouTube creators are technically in competition because we all technically, even though people get along, most people get along, we're all fighting for the same audience, the same ad revenue, the same super chats. And Taz, speaking of super chats, thank you for the $5 super chat. And John Alive, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Don't forget that Bruce contacted Whatnot with Bull. Yeah, there's that. And Taz, say Taz only has a budget for super chats of $20 per month. I don't know what her budget is. I don't know. I don't ask. It's just using it as an example. Between all the people she watches, I want a part of that $20. So we're all in competition to see who can get that $20. Whether we think about it as a competition or not, it kind of is. So it's one of those situations where whether everybody gets along or everybody hates each other, we're all in competition for the same views, ad revenue, and super chats. It is just the way it is. So Taz is normally 50. I was just using you as an example because you were the last super chat that popped up while I was thinking about it. Because people are like, well, you get along, you're not in competition. Technically, Megan and Tug, even though they stream together, technically are in business competition. It's just the way YouTube works. You know. It is. It's the way life works. Everything's competition. Yeah. And you were the best. Well, thank you, Dee. I try. I just try to be me, and whatever it comes out, like, it is what it is. Huh. Honey, I've stopped watching a lot of the channels that I used to. There's only a couple now that I send super chat to you. Are you an expert or pretty much it? Or you an expert or pretty much it? And that's the thing. I wasn't trying to like call anybody out or do anything. I was just making a generalized statement of when they say commercial competition with plaintiff. If someone goes, well, we're not in competition. You have a YouTube channel and you have a YouTube channel. Technically speaking, we're in competition. It's just, yeah. Right here. Sarcastic. JH's pool of super chats isn't spread over many streamers, but you never hear him complain about it. In fact, he will go on their shows knowing he'll go, yeah. And that's exactly the case. Like, it's one of those things, but like technically speaking, as far as like legal vernacular, it's competition. So, Squid, tomorrow I'm going to be going in with my truck in the morning and have to go get a wheelbarrow and replace. It sucks, but my 2001 Chevy Blazer is still hanging in there. Oh, yeah, I have a 2025 courtesy of my grandfather's inheritance. Yeah, my stuff, like, I would never have what I had if I didn't have an inheritance. For the purpose of influencing consumers to buy defendants' goods or services, while the representations need not be made in classical advertising campaign, but may consist instead of more informal types of promotion, like saying, hey, like this stream, share this stream. That would be an informal type of promotion. If y'all could like and subscribe, that would be great. We are on our way to 242 people here and 197 likes. Can we get that over 200? Can we get that over 200? All right. Well, and the thing about my vehicle is I have a new vehicle, but my mom does too. My mom has my vehicle, my old one. Thanks, John Alive, for the $4.99 super chat. No competition. You get my super chat money too. I enjoy your analysis and take on the issues you talk about. Plus, always got to help the Navy. Yeah, the Navy needs as much help as it can get. Oh, I appreciate you. Yeah, and subscribe. She dropped back down to $3.95 again. Yeah, I keep jumping up to like $39.70 and then back down to like $39.59 and then back up to, I keep bouncing between those 10. And like I can't, it's I keep going up and down. I just can't get over that like $39.70 hump. So Semper Fi. Just as long as you don't say roll tide, we're good. Yeah, go dogs. Exactly. All right. And must be disseminated sufficiently to the relevant purchasing public to constitute advertising or promotion within that industry. AlphaMed Pharmacy Corp. for Via Riva Pharmacy, Southern District, 2005. In Lexmark International v. Static Control Components, 2014. The court set forth a two-part test for determining whether a plaintiff can sue under the Lanham Act, the zone of interest test and the proximate cause requirement. Zone of interest test to come with the zone of interest in a suit for false advertising under statute 1125A. A plaintiff must allege an injury to a commercial interest in reputation or sales. The proximate cause requirement for statutory standing generally bars suits for alleged harm that is too remote from the defendant's unlawful conduct. To satisfy this requirement, a plaintiff suing under statute 1125A ordinarily must show economic or reputational injury flowing directly from the deception wrought by the defendant's advertising, and that occurs when deception of consumers causes them to withhold trade from the plaintiff. I don't know, like telling someone to go unsubscribe from somebody or running up their whatnot auctions and then not buying. Yeah. just hey Angel, do you know where Mommy's phone is?
Yeah.
Can you go get it?
Yeah.
Do you really know where it is? Okay. Debbie Baker Squid sent baby girl $20 over Cash App. She's a cutie. Do you know where Mommy's phone is?
No.
That's your phone. Where's Mommy's?
Oh,
Can you go get Mommy's phone?
okay.
Okay. Go. I think it's in the living room. Can you go get it?
Okay.
Okay. And $2 from Taz. Thank you, just cause. MS Coast Life. And I have a MS Coast Life. Is that Mississippi? Oh, thank you. I'll trade you. Here. Here, Boo.
No.
I call her Boo. Not like Boo as in like, my boo. But like Boo as in boo-boo. Because she's she's a walking boo-boo. Yes, and Debbie Baker, thank you for the $20 super chat. I got it for the baby girl. Awesome. Thank you so much. It is going towards birthday gifts. And John Alive, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Just because I'm better than Taz. And the flashlight deal he had with Olight. Yeah, that's true. And I don't know the ins and outs of those deals. You guys know them much better than me. The part of being able to stay somewhat neutral is I don't I watch people, but at the same time, like it's hard for me to remember things that I'm not totally invested in or totally paying attention to. And there's very few times when I totally get to pay 100% attention. Even my own streams. I'm like, where did I stop reading? Because I had to talk to her. I wanted to talk to you guys. Losing your memory sucks. Yeah, I had brain surgery and 2 traumatic brain injuries with 2 skull fractures. So my first skull fracture fractured from here to here when I was 8 or 10 weeks old. And then the next skull fracture was here to here with a hairline fracture in my jaw. So, and then brain surgery, which took a piece of my skull and didn't get it back. So, yeah. That's part of the reason that sometimes I'm like, I can't keep all this stuff straight because it's too much for my brain to process. Like, it's too much to. Did you not know that? Yeah, they put in a metal plate or a mesh right here. They took a piece of my skull and they didn't give it back. Because my brain was too big to stay in my head. That's not how it works, but that's what I say to make myself feel better. At the pleading stage, general factual allegations of injury resulting from defendant's conduct may suffice for, on a motion to dismiss, the court presumes that general allegations embrace those specific facts that are necessary to support the claim. Luan v. Defense of Wildlife, 1992. This means when applying these principles combined with over 150 paragraphs of factual allegations, the complaint, including without limitation paragraphs 1 through 6, paragraphs 18 through 54, and 165 through 172, which address Lee's specific acts. Plaintiff's complaint states prima facie claim for false advertising under the Lanham Act. It alleges that Lee is an interstate commercial competitor who made false and misleading statements about plaintiff's business in a commercial context, including on social media platforms where Lee solicits donations and promotes her own business sales. These allegations satisfy the elements of false advertising claim under the Lanham Act. All right. Complaint states that claim for tortious interference with business relationships. Lee argues the complaint fails to identify specific business relationships or allege intentional interference. In Reed, Hine, and Associates, the court held that the complaint need not identify specific contracts with which the defendant allegedly interfered to state plausible tortious interference claim. 18 U.S. District Lexis citing Twombly, contrary to Lee's assertion, there is no requirement at the pleading stage for a complaint to identify the specific contracts and specific timeshare owners at issue. See Drenberg v. Focus A, Middle District of Florida, 2013, agreeing that while claimant will ultimately have to prove interference with specifically named entities, at the pleading stage, their allegations concerning interference with ultimately identifiable customers are sufficient. She's putting the cart before the horse. And collecting cases to similar effect. Arthrex v. West Coast Medical Resources, I'm assuming, LLC, Middle District of Florida, 2015. Plaintiffs have adequately alleged facts that plausibly give rise to the existence of an enforceable agreement, and that is all that is required. Florida law requires only that an identifiable contractual relationship be alleged. Ferguson Transport v. North American Van Lines, Florida, 1996. The complaint that does that and demonstrates that Lee's argument ignores the details and allegations in the complaint, which identify plaintiffs' business relationships with customers, vendors, and platforms, such as YouTube and Whatnot, Inc. Between the more relaxed pleading standards for this case, combined with over 150 paragraphs of factual allegations, including without limitation 1 through 6, 18 through 54, the ones that specify Lee's actions. Complaint further alleges that Lee intentionally interfered with these relationships by making false statements and engaging in a coordinated campaign to harm plaintiff's business. These allegations are sufficient to state a claim for tortious interference. Oh. Wow. Wow, when I was 5, I fell off the top of a slide, hit my head on the edge of a rim of tire. I have to say 64. I have a dent in my head. Yeah, I have a flat spot. So, of all the issues with the first one, yeah. Well, I wasn't dropped. So I joked that I was dropped on my head as a baby. I technically was dropped. My father was walking downstairs with me, and he fell. And if he fell, I fell. So technically, he fell, and I got hurt. But it wasn't intentional. And the thing about it is the whole CPS stuff that Megan covers sometimes and used to cover a lot. That is what makes it super personal to me is when my mom got home from work, the first thing that the police asked her, because everybody was there, the first thing they asked her at the hospital, I believe it was the hospital. I have to ask my mom to confirm because I was obviously 8 weeks old. I don't remember. Was my dad abusing me? And she was like, no. He walked down the stairs, probably didn't make the smartest decision walking down carpeted stairs in socks and no shoes. However, it was 1985, so, things were different. But they still asked at the hospital first thing if that my mom thought my dad was abusing me. So CPS hasn't changed in 40 years. Oh yeah, this morning. This morning's stream being the first. Yeah. So if you didn't catch this morning's stream, it's a hot car case in Florida, Volusia County, Florida, from June 6th, where a dad left his son, his 18-month-old, in the vehicle while he went to the bar. So you wanna see, like, there's a trigger warning on that, but I used to not say trigger warning, but some things are just, yeah. Yeah, I saw you live, but I couldn't handle that topic today. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Those are one of those cases that I feel like needs to be talked about because it happens way too often, whether it's intentional or an accident, or intentional that is tried to play off as an accident. It happens way too much. Way too much. Yeah, and it's one of those things that the greatest fear I have in life, is living in a hot climate, is taking and forgetting. So all right. Civil conspiracy. The elements for civil conspiracy require an agreement between two or more parties to do an unlawful act, or to do a lawful act by unlawful means. Oh, like the ends justifying the means, aka Congress. But you didn't hear me say that. And now we know why I'm shadow banned. Performance of an overt act in pursuant of the conspiracy and damage to the plaintiff because of the conspiratorial acts. See Philip Morris, USA v. Russo, Florida, 2015. It is not required that each co-conspirator commit an act to further the conspiracy. Rather, it is sufficient that each conspirator know about the scheme and aids in some way. Wyndham Vacation Ownership v. Montgomery Law Firm, Middle District of Florida, 2019. Citing MP LLC v. Sterling Holding LLC, Florida 3rd District Court of Appeals, 2017. And as plaintiff's underlying cause of actions do not allege fraud, there is no heightened pleading standard for the general plausibility standards of Rule 8A. Florida Rules of Civil Procedure, Federal Rules of Civil Procedure control the agreement element of the conspiracy claim. Auto Candies at 74. Moreover, under FRCP 9B, a defendant's knowledge can be alleged generally, even if the cause of action involves fraud. Finally, on a motion to dismiss, a court takes the factual allegations in the complaint as true, even if they are subject to dispute, and construes them in the light most favorable to the plaintiff. There's the difference between civil and criminal. In criminal, you are innocent until proven guilty. In civil, the light is most favorable towards the plaintiffs until proven otherwise. At 3 years old, my son touched the element of my stove. My back turned for like 3 seconds, burned his fingers. Hospital social services questioned me for a long time. Yeah, it's always my fear. Like after the Maya case, I had a long conversation with my pediatrician about things, about the fact that I had a Chiari. So if things weird come up, like, you know, I'm worried about weird symptoms from her. And like, she had a black eye once because she was running with her walker. She hit the couch. The walker stopped and she did not. Like it's so bad. Things can go way crazy so fast. And it's like kids have bruises and bumps all the time because, I don't know, right now she uses our couch as a damn trampoline. And it's just one of those, it is just one of those things of like, now everybody looks for, but to a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So to a child abuse pediatrician, everything looks like abuse, even though it's not. And then even the site case law is Divengochea, Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. 11th Circuit, 2018. Consistent with these rules and principles, the complaint sufficiently alleges damages in specific amounts under each count, including lost profits, treble damages, and actual damages under the Unfair Trade Practices Act. Lee's arguments as to the damages are misplaced as they appear to confuse pleading with proof, and as such are premature, putting the cart before the horse. Between the more relaxed pleading standards for this case, combined with all the same stuff he said before, plaintiff's complaint easily permits the inference that Lee and other co-defendants agreed to commit acts, including engaging in impermissible commercial speech, intended to harm plaintiff's business and reputation in the business community, as well as deceive customers or consumers. Florida courts have consistently held that conspirator need not take part in the planning, inception, or successful conclusion of a conspiracy. The conspirator need only to know of the scheme and assist in it in some way, to be held responsible for all the acts of his co-conspirators. If one's guilty, you're all guilty. Carnegas v. Oaks, Florida 3rd District Court of Appeals, 1974. Although threadbare, conclusory allegations will nonetheless not survive dismissal, the existence of a conspiracy and an individual's participation in it may be inferred from circumstantial evidence. This is not criminal court. Remember that. Remember that. There is significant differences in what moves forward in civil court and what moves forward in criminal court. Would this make it into a criminal conspiracy case? No. But this is civil, not criminal. Ugh. Yeah, Taz, I call that stubborn. From my occupational therapy perspective, that's called stubborn. Just saying. I can't even imagine. Yeah, he has transcripts of every single stream that they've ever had. That since this started. Not every stream. Yeah. But this case, Paul, has shown me how many people know absolutely nothing about our justice system, including people involved in this case. Know nothing about our justice system. Nothing. Northwestern National Insurance Company v. GE Credit Corporation, Florida 3rd District Court of Appeals, 1978. As this court reiterated just last month, an agreement to engage in a civil conspiracy need not be expressed in words and may be implied and understood to exist from the conduct itself. Auto Candies LLC v. Citigroup, 11th Circuit 2025. In Auto Candies, the complaint alleged inter alia a conspiracy by defendants to violate RICO, noting that a bare assertion of conspiracy will not suffice. To prove a RICO conspiracy, this court stated that plaintiffs need not offer direct evidence of a RICO agreement, and the existence of a conspiracy may be inferred from the conduct of the participants. Citing Bell v. Twombly, the plaintiffs in Auto Candies pleaded 6 factors to allege that Citigroup agreed to conspire with OSA to engage in a pattern of racketeering activity. Citigroup and OSA's business relationship, their mutual financial gain from racketeering activity, their joint fraudulent misrepresentations and omissions, their dependency on each other's fraudulent conduct prolonged the scheme, Citigroup's then CEO's admission that certain employees were criminally involved in the scheme, and Mexican regulators' conclusion that Citigroup or employees or agents knowingly engaged in a fraudulent scheme with OSA. Reversing the district court's order of dismissal, this court stated that the plaintiff pleaded ample circumstantial evidence to support their allegations that Citigroup plausibly agreed to the conspiracy. Although ample circumstantial evidence... Oh, hold on one second. I have to look at something really super quick. I might have to run outside real quick. All right, I will be right back. I have to run outside. I have a pickup. I have a return that UPS has to pick up today, and they are almost here, and I have to run it outside before they don't pick it up because it's too heavy for me to take in my car and drop off at a store. So I will be back in a hot minute. I just heard a truck outside and it reminded me that I need to leave this outside. So I will be back in about a minute and a half to 2 minutes.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings. as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon, we lay awake in bed. The glass so loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night.
All right. I missed him. He left the return label. Damn it. I'll catch him tomorrow, hopefully. Damn it. You don't ever know when you're like, ugh, crap. All right. There are accusations of one using ChatGPT for a dissenting opinion. I wouldn't doubt that. Like, I'm surprised ChatGPT isn't used a lot more when the you weren't gone long enough for us to get in trouble. Yeah, I saw, like, I was hoping my subscribe and save order is arriving today, and I heard the truck and I was hoping that it wasn't him, and I was like, crap. But a justice, yeah, it's so sad. They do not, and I wish he would have, because knowing that he had a pickup and my car is out front, but I'm hoping he drives by one more time, sees the garage door open, and it's sitting right there with the, he left a return label, and I'm like, oh my God, darn it. Well, you know, can't win them all. But I would like that returned as quickly as possible because it's a big old box. I tried to get some more panels, and I got really nice ones, but they are too big and they are ugly, and Mr. Squid did not want them on the wall. Well, he would not have been happy with how they looked in here. So even though they were professional and they would have cut down on the echo a lot because of the hardwood floors, I'm going to have to go with more of these ones. They were too big, they were heavy, and like it just wouldn't have, they just wouldn't have looked good with what we already have. And then so I had to return them. And I'm like, crap. So I ordered more of these today. All right. Although ample circumstantial evidence is not required here, the plaintiffs have alleged sufficient facts to demonstrate that Lee and other defendants knew of a scheme to destroy or take down plaintiffs' business and ability to earn income on YouTube, while they deceived consumers into donating money in order to assist Preston. But the money instead being pocketed by Lee in this case and does not reach Preston. And if I were Preston, I'd be pissed about that. Like, I heard a rumor that, and I don't know if this is true because I half pay attention to the other stuff going on outside of court. Half, if that. That she put up a post or something that about the money not getting to her, and then all of a sudden it was taken down. Yeah. The complaint also alleges sufficient facts demonstrating that Lee assisted in the scheme in some way. Specifically, the allegations regarding Lee, along with necessary context, are summarized and cited in paragraphs 1 through 6, all the ones. Lee asserts that civil conspiracy claim fails because it's not based on actionable underlying tort. This argument is incorrect. As shown, the complaint alleges underlying torts, including violations of the Unfair Trade Practices Act, false advertising under Lanham Act, and tortious interference with business relationships. These claims are adequately pled, and civil conspiracy claim is therefore viable. Lee's arguments regarding protected speech are misplaced. Lee argues that the statements attributed to her are non-actionable opinions or rhetorical hyperbole. I wonder if I asked her if she could tell me what, without looking at a dictionary or Google, what rhetorical hyperbole means. Protected under the First Amendment. However, the complaint alleges that Lee made false statements of fact about plaintiff's business practices and reputation. These statements are not protected speech because they are actionable and shown supra under the Unfair Trade Practices Act, the Lanham Act, and tortious interference law. Oh. The complaint, sarcastic, I still have this, I have never, I still have yet to ever use, I still have yet to ever use whatnot. Like it's so weird. And Deborah Baker, thank you again for another $10 for the little. She is loved and spoiled, and I thank you guys so much for your support. Paul, stop trying to make me laugh. We have 3 more pages or 2 more pages. Does she know what a dictionary is? The complaint, the complaint contains sufficient factual specificity. Seems like so many syllables for such a short word. Lee contends that the complaint contains conclusory allegations and lacks factual specificity. This argument is without merit, as discussed above. The complaint provides detailed allegations, including specific statements made by Lee, the context in which they were made, and the harm caused to plaintiffs. Between more relaxed pleading standards and all those things, plaintiff alleges allegations satisfy the pleading standards under Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 8A. For the foregoing reasons, plaintiff respectfully requests that the court deny Lee's motion to dismiss in its entirety. The court should grant Lee's motion. Should the court grant Lee's motion, it should do so without prejudice to afford plaintiffs an opportunity to amend and address any perceived deficit. See Thompson v. Town of Davie, 11th Circuit, 1988. Ugh. Hey, Debbie. I have to start at the beginning. Didn't realize you were on. Yeah, YouTube hates me. YouTube hates me. Respectfully submitted, Shackett Law Group. Randy Shackett. So there's all of that. There's all of the stuff. Yes. And Tammy, thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. And that is, I am going to check, before I say that is all I have for you today, I am going to check one more time that we don't have anything in either case. So y'all can see. So to make this as checking and cheap as possible, I get rid of this, I get rid of that. And this is the first case. We were up to 160. So we'll go 161 to whatever. Oh, this is the second case. So we have to go 83 to whatever. One report, nothing in the second case. Each time I run that, it costs me a dime. So that's where I have to, 5 p.m. is the magic time. Yeah, it'd be great if the judge responded immediately to the discovery not being presented yet. That would be great. Hey, Captain Kern. How are you, my friend? Oh, how is life? And let's click on the other case. Diamonds. Let's see, 161 to 200. Let's go back. Whoop, I forgot to do it. 20 cents. Yeah, just to see who's in it cost me 20 cents. So, yep. Nothing in either case. But if you want to see the okay. Let me stop sharing for a second or hide on stream just to log in. Let's see if there is any other utilities. Let's see. I don't want to go back. I want to go to case search. No, I'm gonna have to look for it a different time. There we go. These are my saved cases. Some of the cases. So these ones, Nepal and Trippy, these are my Order and 9 Angels cases. So, yeah, not much has happened there. These are my my child exploitation cases. These are my trigger. This is my trigger warning case. This is truly my trigger warning case. And then USV Hannah Dugan, which is the judge in Milwaukee. I have to run let's see. I have to go over some of the stuff that's been going on there because there's a bunch of amicus briefs. And the judge has yet to respond to any of this crap. So, yeah. The judge has yet to respond to any of these motions that were filed. So, supplemental jury questionnaires, the amicus briefs, one on each side. It's bad. It's a lot of crap. And she's trying to hide behind judicial immunity. So, yeah. Oh, Lord, Hannah Dugan. Yeah, that's the judge gone rogue, the one who tried to stop ICE from being detaining an illegal immigrant in a courthouse in Milwaukee. Yeah, it's fun. All right. On that note, I have to get going. I have to actually get in a workout, and I have to figure out how I'm going to work on this, them picking up this problem child of a package tomorrow. I will see you guys on the next one. Tomorrow we will probably be doing Hannah Dugan or some small case updates from a bunch of different cases. Not exactly sure yet. I'm still waiting on Sarah Boone's appeal to be put in. And Spawn is live, yes. But he does not have redirects turned on, as far as I know. So I will look one more time, but usually he does not turn on his redirects because he just doesn't. Let's see, customization, redirect, Spawn, let's see. Nope, he doesn't have the ability to redirect to his stream. So he is live. Y'all have a great day. Head on over there and show him some love. I'm not sure what he's talking about today. He didn't tell me. I haven't talked to him all day, which is rare, which is just rare. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And thanks for the 247 people who hit the like button. And thanks to the 4 people who hit the down button. Y'all are awesome. Yep, I'll be over there in a bit. Y'all have a great day, and I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.